What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. I am Nick,
And I am Joe.
and we are here to talk about Monday Night Raw from April 27th, 2026. It is tornado season. We've got winds a blowing.
Thunder a crashing.
Come rain, sleet, or death, we will bring you the news. So, uh, listen, straight out the gate, they did everything they could just immediately to make me want to turn this fucking show off. Like from the
Yes, they did.
very first. Listen, if you guys ever wanted to know what I meant by I hate NXT style vignettes, this is exactly what this was is in this open. I don't like the we're going to sit here and act like it's a fucking soap opera. Like I get it, this has always been considered a soap opera for men. Obviously it's now more catered towards everyone, not just men. But like I have always preferred the hidden camera idea where it's like we're not supposed to actually be seeing what's going on over the constant camera cuts and just being so clean and making it feel like it's a Saturday morning show. And like I hate this. And it's one of the reasons I cannot watch NXT. And they're gonna make me not be able to watch Raw. Just because you brought a bunch of NXT fucking people up doesn't mean you had to bring this shit up with it. I hate
Hey,
it.
man, before you know it, somebody else is going to be running NXT, and Sean's going to be up there helping H with this show.
Please don't. Listen, I look forward to the day Punk takes over. I think he's going to do some good for that fucking brand.
I agree.
But today's not that day. Tomorrow's not looking good either. And I didn't need this fucking beginning at all. I hated it.
I didn't like really anything until the wrestling actually started.
I loved Rollins and Breaker's moments.
I didn't.
Prob-
They may as well have just been blowing each other.
Probably one of my favorite promo segments of the year so far. I fucking adored it. But anyways, back to this shitty opening.
I hate the promos that are, you're great. No, you're great. I
Yeah,
hate those.
it depends on who it is and how it's done. We'll get to there though. So starting off, we get this extremely just shitty thing where Roman and the Usos are just sitting around talking at a table, and Roman's at the head of the table because why wouldn't he be?
Because he is the head of the table.
Although to be fair, the Usos were sitting right next to him. So I'm just saying though, you know. And basically the whole thing is Reigns doesn't know what he's gonna do, and his cousins are like, oh, well, Jay specifically is like, oh, there's got to be consequences. Consequences for what? You and your brother kicked this man in the face. Last I fucking like consequences to what?
Consequences are a one-way street, man. They don't happen when you're in the family.
Technically, Jacob's
I
in
know,
the
they're all
family.
cousins. I know. It's just stupid.
But yeah, no, I hated this whole segment. And that is really all this was. It was just them sitting around being like, "What are we gonna do?" I don't fucking care.
Yeah, it's just stroke Roman's ego bullshit.
So then Seth Rollins' music plays. He comes out, and he's basically like, everything that's happened is because of Braun Breaker. He talks about Roman is running around as champ because of Braun Breaker because, Braun Breaker hurt him when he was the champ, even though technically he was hurt before that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was just the storyline reason.
And then obviously Braun Breaker was the one that made it to where he didn't raise his hand at WrestleMania because he hit him with two of the weakest spears I've ever seen this man do. And then
But he ran real fast to do them.
he did. He did. The first one at least looked like it hurt enough because he went into the barricade. But he knows he's in the back. He's like, I know you got 8 staples in your head. You're welcome for that. But I need you to come here so we can handle this. So Braun Breaker and Paul make it to the ring. They stare a hole through each other for far too long. And then Rollins finally says that he gave Breakker everything, and Breakker repaid him by taking everything from him. Rollins says all this was for what? Like, what does this benefit you? How does this benefit you in any way? Paul was about to speak, but he gives Braun the mic, and Braun was like, what did you give to both Reed and I? He was like, we were just your errand boys. We were fighting your fights for you. He was like, you've got no friends.
Yeah, and all of that's true.
He said they had to stand behind him every week and hear him regurgitate the same crap every week. And then he did the thing where he held his nose to sound like to Seth Rollins.
I'm a visionary.
He's like, I'm
an architect.
He's like, and really all I needed was Paul. Or he said that man, but he pointed to Paul. Mm-hmm. Seth was like, a couple years ago I was world champ. I wanted to fight. I called up HBK. I said, I wanted to fight one of your best. He's like, all right, Breakker. He's like, all right, sounds good. He was like, and then when Paul asked Seth who they should bring into the Vision, or if they should bring Breakker into the Vision, he says, yeah, or hell yeah, bring him in. He was like, you're unique. You're the most versatile person to come up from NXT in a very long time, and you're the next big thing. And you have everything except for, I'm guessing he says smarts. He just points to his head. It can mean a lot of things.
Yeah, he dumb.
That's a family trait. And then he was like, you remind me of myself when, I was, you remind me of myself a lot, the way that you act. He was like, the difference is you try, but I succeed. He's like, and what did it get you? Austin Theory and Logan Paul. Seth says
they got buried a lot on the show.
Yeah, they did. Seth says that Breakker's not ready. Breakker says that he's on his way to being a main eventer with or without Seth. He said Seth's body can't handle the weight of having the strap on it anymore. He breaks down too easily. He said,
which was a good line.
Yeah. He said he can go to sleep knowing that he lost to the best in the world instead of someone who just proclaims it.
Shots fired.
He said Seth is the very best in the entire world at being number 2, which I don't know if that was him calling him shit, which is how I took it.
It's a Shield thing. He's number 2 to Roman always.
Right.
Especially now that Mox is not there.
But a number 2 is also shit. So I'm just saying.
It's true.
Well,
maybe I'm doing all the thinking here, and he really was just giving a poo joke there.
It could have been both. There are double entendres. That is a thing.
Yeah, but are we thinking he's smart enough to know that?
We're not even saying he wrote this promo, so he doesn't have to be.
Well, so he's smart enough just to memorize things.
Correct. Okay. Seth cracked a joke about him being a Steiner and said Backlash is 2 weeks away. He'll give him a chance. Said he's not going to tell him, or he said he's going to tell him a secret that no one else knows. And then you hear someone yell really loud from the crowd, "No secrets!" And I lost my shit because of how clear it came through.
He's right near the fucking mic.
He said, "Steiner, you ain't even number 2 in your own family." And then he tossed the mic in Braun's chest and walked off. And I was like, well, damn. He just said you're the worst of the fucking 3 Steiners. Like, and listen.
Well, I mean, he hasn't had the career the other 2 have.
Yeah, they were good tag team wrestlers. Great tag team wrestlers, in fact. I don't know if I would consider them good outside of that, though.
Big Papa Pump had quite a bit of singles run.
You're right. He did.
And honestly, so did the Dogface Gremlin. He won like the U.S. title in WCW. He had some.
He
flashes.
He did Steiner Math. He posed.
He did that in TNA.
He posed with Triple H.
Do you you probably don't remember his part of his TNA run where he had Petey Williams as little.
I do. I do. He's a part of that fucking Steiner Math segment.
Little Petey Pump. Oh, so good.
Most of what I know from Big Papa Pump, to be fair, is his WWE
His
run,
WCW run.
his
Late
late
WCW and his WWE run.
his late WWE run, and a little bit of his WCW run, and a lot of his tag team stuff from earlier, back when I was watching it as a kid.
Right.
A kid. I mean, he was a
Right.
he was a teenager
Like
when I was when he was Big Papa Pump. I was a teenager. He was a Big Papa Pump. But anyways,
Right.
yeah, I watched a lot of the Steiner brothers back when they were dominating tag team matches.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I was never a fan of either Steiner singles wise with anything that I really saw. I
liked him in Revenge.
I loved him in Revenge. Because listen,
That's my Scott Steiner. That was my go-to guy, man.
listen, that corkscrew pile driver is still the best finishing move in that entire game. Fight me.
Dude, his whole move set is working on somebody's head, and then you put him in the camel clutch. Peak. I beat many a person with that.
Yeah, you turn TKOs on. I've knocked out tons of people with that fucking corkscrew pile driver. It's a fantastic move.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I enjoyed the back and forth. They were taking shots, and yeah, they did the thing where they kind of like were praising each other. But I feel like they didn't wait till like the end of a feud to do it.
It just started out really heavy with that.
They were just acknowledging each other, and then they kind of shit on each other, and it was fantastic. Is it the best moment of anyone
we had
being
too much acknowledging in this show?
Is there a better instance of somebody being shit on? Oh yes, and it's coming. It's coming.
Yes, it is.
We get a stupid backstage segment. Stephanie Vaccair's jumped by the Judgment Day girls. You said JD, and I was like, I don't think it was JD.
I said JD?
You did.
No, I meant Judgment Day.
Oh, you listen. You gotta be a little more
You
specific.
thought McDonough was there. Oh, okay. I guess
You
I
just-
should have been more clear.
You just said JD, and I laughed because I was like, no.
No, I didn't want to type out Judgment Day. So I shortened it to JD, meaning Judgment Day. He's going to have to change his name now.
He won't.
No, he won't. Not to just appease me.
Match one, Punta. Listen,
Wrong vowel.
that's fantastic.
Penta. Penta.
now he's gotta change his name.
Rusev.
Oh no. It's fantastic. Penta.
It's something,
versus
that's for sure.
Rusev. Woo!
And that's one of your guys. I mean, you just called him a bitch.
I did. My bad. Oh,
Oh,
listen. That was fantastic. I love it. All right. Anyways,
it was something. Whew.
what I did was I seen the U in Rusev's name, and just ran with it. Penta versus Rusev.
There we go.
So Ethan Page is ringside, unfortunately.
I like Ethan Page at ringside. He's going to be probably the one to
Listen.
take the strap off of Penta.
I like Ethan Page, but there was no reason for him to actually be ringside. He didn't add anything to the match.
No, he added stuff to the post match,
Yeah, he could have done that shit after.
and he had to be at ringside to do the post match. I don't like his theme music though. Do not like it.
There was this part where Cole asked Greaves to ask Page who he wanted to win, and Page was like, Rusev. And then Greaves looks at Cole and goes, of course it's Rusev. I didn't need to ask him to be able to tell you
He's
that.
like, could have told you that. Jeez.
Rusev goes...
Yeah, something was wrong with Corey Graves' mic for the first half of this show.
Yeah, they eventually fixed it. But
Yep.
it was sounding weird for a while. Rusev goes for the accolade. Penta gets out of it, rolls Rusev up for a pin, gets the win. Rusev then starts post-match beatdown. Ethan Page tries to come in for the first time, and Rusev kind of gave him this back the fuck off look.
Yeah, Rusev scared him away.
So he backed off, and then Penta started coming back on Rusev. So then Ethan did come in, and they, at that point, did work together to beat down Penta. At which point, Joe's favorite wrestler, Javon Evans, comes out to help Penta.
Yeah, we got bouncy. Woo.
And the two of them take out Rusev and Ethan Page together. Backstage, Los Grandes Americanos are cutting a promo. Well, a vignette, I guess, technically. And El Grande says some stuff about a mask versus mask match. And then he says he wants to wrestle Rey Mysterio tonight. In Spanish. A lot of that was in Spanish. We then get an in-ring segment, which ended up being fucking hilarious. Becky Lynch comes out. And Becky has... or said that new data has been entered into the manosphere. Now that she's finally ended AJ's horrible title reign. She's broken records. She's now coming for Taker's Mania record.
Yeah, she was talking a bunch of shit.
And then she said after winning, she was walking up the ramp with her daughter when she realized she has to set an example for her daughter. So then she goes into the crowd saying that they want her to be a fighting champ. So she issues an open challenge to whoever comes out. But she wants new, she wants special, she wants the greatest of all time. And then Io Sky's music hit. And listen, I don't dislike the fact that these two were going to have a match. I dislike the fact that this is how it happens because of everything that's happened over the past week. I was really annoyed.
He only worded it that way so she could run her down and call her second fiddle to Rhea.
I'm not worried about all that, though. What I'm saying, because I found most of that shit funny. I'm just saying I hate that this is what it boils down to because they took Kyrie away.
Yeah, because they're just going forward with the her and Auska thing, which we'll get to here.
Yeah.
Which I hate. And they were showing the during the Auska thing that we'll also get to, they were showing footage and stuff, and they were very
we'll talk about it.
Meticulously making sure to cut her out. It pisses me off.
Io has a mic. She says, "I accept." And then Becky's like, "You accept what? I wanted new, shiny, exciting. The best of the best." The crowd starts booing, and she says, "See, look, even they're booing you." And at that point, the crowd starts chanting Io. And she was like, look, are you accepting for Rhea? She was like, is she going to come down here? Am I going to become Becky Two Belts again? She's like, look, I wanted to fight.
Like, is Mommy fighting the man?
Yeah. She's like, is it going to be Mommy versus the man? She was like, look, I wanted to fight Michaels, not Marty Jannetty, and I lost my shit.
Ooh, yeah. Just bullshit.
Becky goes to leave, and by leave, mean she got slapped. And then she went out the ring and was like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out of here. At which point, Adam Pearce came out, and he was like, nope, we're getting a ref out here. You made the open challenge. She accepted it. This match is going to happen.
It's official.
And then Becky attacks Io from behind. And this is where our match starts. Becky versus Io Sky. Io hits a sunset flip powerbomb on Becky to the outside after Beck stopped her from trying to dive and kill herself.
Yep. She went for the unalive dive.
Yeah. Becky hit her manhandle slam. Io kicked out. Io was about to get the upper hand, but Auska came out and tripped her up. Becky hit another manhandle slam for the win. Auska then puts Io to sleep. Crowd starts chanting, "We want Kyrie."
Which they were really trying to put something else over the crowd.
They were trying. That crowd was loud tonight, boy. That was a good crowd.
Yeah, the main event match was the crowd was heavily for a certain person from that town. That
they were. I've never heard a heel cheered that loudly for before. I'm being honest.
Yeah, they completely took over the match. And the good for the other team though, because they started working heel.
Oh yeah.
So.
Backstage, OG Americano asks Ray if he needs to watch his back with Ray during the mask versus mask match. Ray's like, nah, you're good. I just want you guys to respect Lucha. I don't care about y'all's beef. That's has nothing to do with me, even though technically it does. It started with you, Ray. Let's be real.
Right.
New Grande Americano comes up and accuses them of fraternizing. And then they walk off. Also backstage, the Usos say the OTC makes the decisions when he wants. And LA Knight shows up, and he's like, You guys don't need Roman. He was like, look, he was like, your main event, Jey Uso. And he's like, Jimmy, you could have world titles too. You don't need Roman to get there. And Jay's like,
He's like, you guys did all that stuff by yourself.
yeah. Jay's like, you need to stay in your lane. And Jimmy's like, hey, man, this is family business. I get the feeling at some point the Usos are going to betray Roman again. And it's not going to take 4 years to get there.
Fuck, we can hope.
At least I hope it doesn't take 4 years.
Yeah, we can hope. I don't have another 4 years to dedicate to that. So let's hope they figure it out a little quicker this time.
Right. In-ring segment. Joe Hendry's in there in-ring for concert.
Oh, it's great too. This is the best segment of the night for me.
So he has this whole song about Joe Hendry being signed to Raw. It is lame, but in the best of ways. I mean that sincerely. I don't mean that it's lame as in bad. It's lame as in good.
It's lame as it's cheesy and it's Joe Hendry.
Listen, at this point, keep Danhausen on SmackDown. I would love, don't get me wrong, to have Danhausen on Raw. But you don't need two major comedy acts like this on the same show.
No, they need to lay off the Danhausen on SmackDown, too. They are overexposing that kid to death, and he's going to wash out really quick if they keep putting him in so many segments.
Right, but at least with Joe Hendry on Raw, they don't need Danhausen to be the funny guy everywhere. He could be the funny guy on SmackDown.
Agreed.
And I still won't watch it.
That's where his buddy's going to be for a while anyways.
Yeah. He then also sings to Please Fire Logan Paul, which made me laugh. He gets the crowd to sing with him about firing Logan Paul, which was also great.
Oh, yeah, they were into it, too. The crowd was into it big time.
At which point, the Vision comes out, and Logan... This is like the worst Logan can ever sound on a mic. When he's really ragey, it doesn't come off as, like, even bad guy good. It's just bad.
No, it comes across as geek. He comes across as like a big geek.
So Paul says that tonight is Joe's first and last night on Raw. Theory says they've got the gold, which makes them the best. Joe's like, I saw you guys at WrestleMania. You guys look like a couple primetime losers to me. Theory says everything belongs to the Vision. At this point, the Vision jumps Hendry, but then the Street Profits music hit. They come out and attack the Vision. The faces work together. They take the heels out, and everyone celebrates together in the ring. Everyone dances to Joe Hendry's theme song.
Yep. It was simple.
It was a fun segment. I really liked it.
Yes, it was. It was my favorite segment of the night.
Grayson is talking with Pierce backstage. And he's
like, what are all these people getting these opportunities? I want an opportunity. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in.
He's like, but you're going to have Obafemi? You know what? He's Oba-rated. I laughed. And then Pierce was like, Obafemi. And Grayson continues to talk. I called him Dalton Castle. Grayson continues to talk.
Not quite.
Close, though.
As in white male.
Listen, I'm just talking about undercard people that don't belong at all.
In the gimmicks that they're in? Okay, I'll give you that.
In the business that they're in.
I won't say the business. Dalton Castle can wrestle. I'm not. Jury's still out on Grayson Waller.
I have not seen enough of Castle. And I don't
That's because his best days are behind him now.
That's probably true. Anyways, all jokes aside, Oba was actually standing behind Grayson Waller. And Oba's like, I want him tonight. And Pierce is like, all right, you wanted your opportunity.
Here you go. Got your opportunity.
Backstage, after the commercial break, after that happened, the Street Profits run into Seth. And Seth was going up to say something to him. They're like, hold on. Did you think this was about you? This wasn't about you. It's about them titles. This has nothing to do with you. They're basically saying, we didn't save you to save you. We just want the titles.
And we want the smoke.
Match 3, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. El Grande eventually goes. The way this match ends, this is actually a really well wrestled match between the two of them.
Rey Mysterio has no business moving as well as he does after all those surgeries at 50 some fucking years old.
No, he doesn't. Man's
He is the ageless wonder.
He's a menace.
He is a menace.
He reminds me of. Listen, never mind. I'm going to keep that to my fucking self. Moving on. So, I was about
He's
to.
great.
He is. He is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. So.
You about to call him a bitch too? What is wrong with you today?
No, that wasn't it at all. Anyways. So the way the match actually ends, the match was well wrestled and everything. Americano goes to put the metal thing in his mask, but it's stopped by Rey by getting 619'd in the process. He then grabs it to go do it again, and then OG El Grande shows up and takes it from him, at which point Rey hit the 619 and got the win. Now, post-match, Rey takes the metal plate and basically shows it off to both the El Grandes and is like, yeah, this isn't any of yours. I'm keeping this.
Yep, I'm hanging on to this.
Tucked it under his nuts.
Yeah, he put it in his tights.
At which point, OG El Grande came in the ring and started fucking new El Grande up for a second.
Yep.
And then, oh my God, listen. Then we get the thing that I hated the fucking most of the entire fucking night. And it's the Auska vignette. And
yeah, not because of what she says or anything.
No, it's a part of because of what she says, and I'm not blaming her specifically because I don't think she wrote the fucking promo.
No,
but there's a part.
There's been huge freaking commentary out there. Bullshit, this is.
So she says in the vignette that she's still mad at EO, and that EO is her biggest failure, and then she says. Yep. Her exact words were, and now we're both alone because I didn't want another EO. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I don't for 1 second believe it was Auska that would say something like that, but to imply that you got rid of Kyrie because you didn't want another loser on your side when she got fucking fired? I was like, That's bullshit. And now you're going to push this fucking feud forward?
Yeah, when it should have happened, it should have been a three-way at Mania, and it should have starred all three of those girls, and they got rid of the one who was making that whole fucking feud work.
She was the anchor of that feud, and these people just fired her, and they're like, yeah, we're still going to go through it. Oh, and we're going to write a promo for Auska to also shit on her. And then, while she's giving the promo, they're showing all the fucking cutscenes of stuff happening with EO and with Auska and with Rhea, and Kyrie's not in a goddamn one of them.
Which they are cutting her out intentionally.
Like, that is some shady shit. Some super shady shit. Like, and then have the audacity. I didn't even mention this. During the moment where Auska comes in to interfere, to have the audacity to talk about Rhea and EO beating the Kabuki Warriors. No. If you're not going to mention Kyrie saying it all during all of this, keep the fucking Kabuki Warriors out your fucking mouth, dude.
Yep.
I have a huge problem. Like, I don't let most stuff actually piss me off in wrestling because I'm like, it is what it is. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But shit like this, like, I wanted to turn the fucking show off.
Yep. The thing that bothers me is they have all these people who are just hanging on to be just hanging on. The Grayson Wallers. The people like that who are just fucking showing up, lingering around, doing nothing. Nothing. And they get rid of her.
It's, dude.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
And listen, I'm not even technically fully mad Kyrie got let go. I get that business decisions happen. What I'm mad about is them, they should have just ended everything having to do with these two.
No, they cut her and then used her thing as part of the fucking angle.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am bummed Kyrie lost her job. I'm bummed everybody lost their job that lost their jobs. That's not where I was intending to go with that either. I
But
understand business decisions have to happen.
That ladies division is worse off now without Kyrie Sane there.
Yes. And also,
there's no amount of call ups that'll fix that. None.
And the audacity to have Triple H just write up a new story or continue the story and then use everything as fodder.
Just minus one person, the most important person, the thing they were fighting over.
Oh, I was so mad, dude.
Her being gone takes the agency of the fucking whole fucking story out of the fucking story. It's dumb. It makes no sense. Like you said, they should have just moved on.
I'd have just dropped the feud. I'd have taken them both off of TV for a month and then slowly started to put them back in somewhere.
Yep. I agree.
You ain't even got to keep them off TV for a month. Honestly, as annoyed as I was because of the whole Kyrie thing.
Weeks. At least Auska needed to be off TV for at least a couple weeks.
Right. Io can still do her little Intercontinental Championship match that she had tonight.
Yep,
cool. Fine.
You could have got that Backlash. Becky could have cheated to win tonight to set up the match at Backlash, and that could have been a thing. But Auska should have been gone for a while.
Yeah. I hated all this. I was so mad. I was fuming mad, as you can tell.
Yeah, it's bullshit. You got fucking Jade Cargill, who's not fucking half the wrestler. Mia Chin, not Michin, fucking B-Fab. Those two fucking chicks could be gone.
Yeah.
Kyrie Sane is an asset. Fucking just the amount of people that are just fucking hanging on, but they get rid of her. It irks me. Like I said, I don't want anybody to lose their job. But this makes their roster actively worse, and it kills me.
Yeah.
And she couldn't have been making that much goddamn money to make it that kind of a cut.
Right. Match 4, funnily enough, is my match of the night, and there's a reason. It's a stupid reason, okay? Obafemi versus Grayson Waller. Listen.
There was nothing wrong with it.
No.
I mean, it was fine. It was fun.
Here's why it's my match of the night, and it's strictly because I can say shit like this. Hey, AEW, take notes. You want to know why I said take notes? It is okay to have one of your lower card guys get absolutely fucking demolished by somebody in a squash match if the person they're up against is a top card guy and you're pushing them towards being a top card guy. If they're a monster character...
I love hearing this from you. Thank you.
It is okay to have somebody fucking demolished. It doesn't hurt their fucking standing. We already think Grayson Waller sucks. It's okay for him to suck more.
Your roster has to have people like that. They're called enhancement talent. Their whole gimmick is to enhance the talent you are trying to get over and stay over. That's their whole thing. You don't need to 50-50 book John Moxley versus, what's the stupid kid Nick Wayne.
Oh, Nick Wayne. Yeah.
It's stupid.
I don't mind that so much.
But...
I'm more of I have a problem with squash matches just always being against indie talent.
Yeah, especially when you have a roster with 100 motherfuckers.
I don't get always having indie talent come on for squash matches. When you have, listen, as far as like Nick Wayne goes, right? If it were Brody King, or if it were like Lance Archer, or any other like big guy, if Brian Cage came back, if it was fucking Wardlow for that fucking matter. If they came in,
yeah, but Mox is like your number one guy.
He's a smaller dude in terms of
He's your number one guy.
I'm looking at it from a size differential aspect. Okay.
Yeah, but that's like The Rock fighting Al Snow, and I only say that because I saw a vignette with him, Mankind, and Rock earlier today.
It was during that whole thing. I know what you're talking about. It was during the whole book signing fiasco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that.
He thinks The Rock threw his book away, but it was actually Al Snow.
Yeah.
That's great. Memories. But no, The Rock should beat his ass in under fucking 5 minutes in convincing fashion.
Rock's a pretty big dude, though.
Oh, Jesus
Anyways,
Christ. You in size.
it's usually you in size. Uh, it also
She said.
it's also and you're also right in some aspects with that too, though, right? Because like it does also depend on where they're at on the card. The thing here
Sure.
though is they're in the process of actively pushing Oba up, right? So they want him to get
Yes.
to the top. So yes, it makes sense for him to demolish somebody like this. In a sense of like Nick
Mhm.
Wayne, they don't want Nick Wayne demolished because they want to build Nick Wayne up to be a superstar of the future. Now we don't see him as that because he's just like everybody else,
No,
but Khan
and
does.
that's fine. And that's fine. But he's not going to be on TV week to week. He can get smashed here. No one's going to fucking remember it.
Right,
And
but
then
Mox
you can build him up.
the difference is
later.
Mox isn't on the come up, so there's no reason for him to smash Nick Wayne. Mox is already there.
Well, to be fair, nobody on AEW is on the come up. Everybody's at their fucking level and nobody moves. That's part of the problem with that company.
Yeah. Anywho, Oba grabs a mic post match because he wins with the fall from grace. And
Yes.
He says he feels good. The crowd feels good. Grayson doesn't feel good, but no one cares about Grayson. He says, as since all of the titles are currently being vied for and everyone's busy doing stuff, he's like, I got my own thing I'm going to do. I'm opening up the Oba Challenge. He's like, whoever wants to test themselves, come in the ring, face me, but I'm going to punish you. He's like, just know
I'll beat you up.
you're standing in the ring. You're not standing in the ring with just any man. You're stepping in the ring with the ruler, Obafemi. And I actually really liked this quick promo from him.
I did too. I thought he was going to talk some more, but then they hit his music, and I was so happy. I was like, yes, you didn't need to say anything else. No, very good. Very good. I like what they're doing with him.
Backstage, Judgment Day are talking, and Liv wants a moment with Roxanne alone. So then it's just Liv and Roxanne, and she's like, "Look, I wanted to talk to you, about what we were talking about before we got our heads banged together."
I thought it was about to happen again too because they beat her. They beat up
would've-
Steph earlier.
It would have been hilarious, but I'm glad that it didn't.
I am too because it furthered something else.
Liv wants to apologize to Roxanne about what happened with Finn. She said that, we're a family. Finn put himself before the family. She's like, I know what it's like to have to sit at home and watch things like that happen. She's like, I had to sit at home and watch you be brought in without anything being talked to with me. She was like, but you are family. And she was like, you trust me, don't you? And Roxanne's like, yeah, I trust you. And then Liv's getting ready to walk off, and Roxanne's like, I'll be a couple minutes. And she was like, all right. So she walks off, and you could see like Roxanne's demeanor completely change, going from like being like, yeah, I trust you, to kind of like having doubts. And at that point, Finn shows up, and he
trying to be all sneaky looking.
he's like, hey, you can't trust Liv or anyone in Judgment Day. And Roxanne's like, I can't trust them, or I can't trust you. And she's like, look, I've got a match. I'm wrestling with the family, and you need to leave before you get hurt. Now, what I loved is it didn't come off as she was threatening him. It came off as like, you need to get out of here before they come back.
Right.
And I actually thought this is actually my personal favorite segment, because it's finally starting to show even more like dissension in a group that should have been broken up fucking months ago.
Yes. Hopefully we are on the fast track to it getting blown up.
I just don't know how I feel about Roxanne being the potential face in all of this, because she's been only a heel the entire time she's been with WWE, including NXT. So, like, this is really weird for me.
Well, maybe she's due. She's due for a babyface run. And given the crowd reaction she got tonight, it wouldn't be hard if they kept going to El Paso anyway.
Yeah, if they go to Laredo. They're in Laredo.
Laredo, yes. Not El Paso. That was where AEW was a couple weeks ago.
So, yeah. Match 5, Lyra and Bailey versus Roxanne and Raquel, which is actually technically my match of the night wrestling-wise. I actually thought this was a really good match.
I don't even know if I have a match of the night wrestling-wise. Maybe Io and Becky.
But the way the match ended, though, which, again, Roxanne was getting hella cheered. Like, They were
she was.
chanting. They were chanting for her to get tagged in.
Yeah, she was the baby face. She got the hot tag. It was weird.
She ends up hitting a Shining Wizard towards the end of the match, and then hits Pop Rocks on Bailey for the win.
Yep.
Um,
Big pop.
Yep. And that match was over. In ring segment, Roman comes out. He brings up how they made the title that he has in spite of him, and to try and take away his shine, but it never worked. He's like, the title don't make the man makes the title, and I've made this title relevant. He's like, you can all acknowledge it now. And at that point, Jacob's music hits and he comes out. Roman says he was just about to, get to him. He hopes that Jacob made the right choice, and that is to unite the family. And Jacob says, look, man, I didn't need a week to make a decision. I didn't need a day. I didn't need even an hour. He was like, I knew exactly what I wanted when I came out here last time. He was like, you must be stuck in tribal land. He was like, I was grinding 12 years. He was like, so while you were up in the bloodline, I was broke, foaming at the mouth. He was like, nobody called me when y'all were on top except for Solo. Which obviously we seen what he did to Solo on SmackDown in a vignette that they showed not too long before this. He took out the entire MFTs.
He beat up the whole MFT, which thankfully.
Roman was like, Solo couldn't get a cup of coffee if it was delivered to the building, if he wanted to. He said, I run this place.
I signed off on you being here.
Yeah, he's like, I signed off on you being here. I run the place. He was like, yeah, I was busy, but I never forgot about you. He said, I can't give you a title shot. That would be nepotism. And as soon as the word nepotism came out of that man's fucking mouth, Jacob put him in a tongue and death grip.
Yep.
He took Roman down, and he gets out of the. And as he's doing, he's like, "I'm going to take everything from you." Yep. He then takes the world championship, looks at it, throws it on top of Roman, gets out of the ring. Roman grabs a mic. He says, "Hey Jacob, you want me at Backlash? I'll see you there." And Jacob says,
"He's like, I'll see you next week."
He's like, "I'm not waiting until Backlash. I'll see your punk ass next week on Raw." Dude, I like Jacob so much.
I liked the segment. I still don't like Roman Reigns, but I liked the segment. I still don't know how good of a match it's going to be.
It might not be a good match, but listen, promo-wise, I really like Jacob. He's just really raw.
This was the best Jacob Fatu promo I've seen.
I'm entertained. I'm interested to see what happens.
He held up his end of it for sure. So I mean, we'll see what next week brings. Hopefully not the Usos and Roman beating up Jacob, because that would be dumb. But I bet that's where they go.
Probably.
Because I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Roman. Is he a babyface? Is he a heel? Do they know? Does he know?
So overall, I really enjoyed the show as a whole. However, it had two of the lowest lows for me in a long time in wrestling, period.
It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
The opening segment and then the Auska segment were just terrible for two completely different reasons.
Yep. I am so worried we're getting back into fucking bloodline fucking territory where it's going to be... We had 4 years of it, man. I so don't want to. I don't want to retread any of that shit.
No. I kind of wish motherfuckers in that family would stop learning to wrestle.
I'm like, we were talking off of air.
We're gonna have
wrestling families,
dude. We're probably we might not live to see it, but one day there's gonna be a bloodline federation where it's just all people from that fucking family, dude. And
it's just the all Samoan wrestling organization, huh?
It's gonna be terrible. What were we talking about outside of being on?
Oh, just like big wrestling families and how they're pushed down everybody's throat.
Yeah.
Because I was bitching about Charlotte Flair.
He was bitching about Charlotte, and I was like, whoa. Charlotte does not fit that criteria for me because she's actually good.
She is athletic, but she is athletic and is put over because of the people she's in the ring with who are just as talented as her. At least in the examples I gave. There are other people she's clearly more talented than.
I have said and have been saying I think Charlotte is the best women's wrestler of all time, and I'm not basing that off of championships. I'm basing that off on just pure talent. She is in most of the top 5 to 10 women's matches of all time. And yes, it is because other people are involved with her, but guess what? She's the common denominator in a lot of those.
I'm not even sure I would disagree with you.
Yeah, but I can understand where someone might be tired of her too, because she's been around forever. She was always in the world championship picture.
She's an unlikable fucking person too, dude. They had to put her with Lexi just to have her be tolerable.
I don't even consider her unlikable. But they put her with Lexi because nobody wanted her in the world title picture.
Well, nobody wanted her in the world title picture, and they're trying to get her cheered. Yep. Because she came back as a babyface at Rumble because she hadn't spoke yet, and people like you were excited to see her. Excited that she won. She got a big pop when she won. And then she opened her mouth.
Yeah.
She just comes across so fucking unlikable.
But I do agree. I do think wrestling families are pushed too hard in general. But the problem is it's because most wrestling families aren't as good as the wrestlers, the big time wrestlers that are in them. Yeah. And it sucks. Like... It would be like
I get it.
It'd be like if Ted
because of name recognition, but
it would be like if Ted DiBiase Jr. was constantly in the world title picture. I'd be fucking annoyed because he wasn't very good, right? He wasn't. Instead, he's usually in trouble with the law. But
well, using government money to fund his lavish lifestyle. Allegedly, he actually got acquitted for that shit somehow. His brother apparently took the fall because his brother admitted guilt, but he went in and said he was not guilty and somehow got acquitted. So,
right,
yeah.
But that covers Raw for you guys.
Indeed.
We'll be here Wednesday for Dynamite, and
yeah, I am not looking forward to that show. Based on what they have advertised so far, I'm hoping over the next couple days they post some stuff I'll be excited to see.
I don't remember what has been advertised, to be honest.
Stat and Sheeta versus Bane and Cross.
That should be a decent
Darby
match.
And King.
That'll be fun.
MJF and Kevin Knight.
That's interesting to me because I don't know if they're going to take Kevin Knight's title from him yet.
I think it would be hilarious if they do. I doubt they do, but I think that we get more MJF spiraling is what I think we get. But
I wouldn't be surprised to see MJF intentionally get DQ'd and be like, "You think I want that fucking title?"
That would be funny. Just the match starts and he kicks him in the balls, then just beats him down. That would be funny. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they'll add some stuff. Hopefully, it'll be a very well wrestled show like it always is. But I don't know. We'll see.
If I was to write,
I'm so disinterested in Darby's reign. It's not even funny.
If I was to produce the MJF match, that's exactly what I'd have him do. I'd have the bell ring. I'd have him kick him in the dick. I'd have him get on the mic after being DQ'd and be like, "Do you think I give a damn about that title? You're not on my level, and neither is that title."
Yep.
Like,
why you're shitting? You're having MJF shit on your brand, but
to be fair,
makes sense character-wise.
It's MJF.
Yeah, that's true. He called his own boss a fucking mark. So.
Yeah. But all right, guys, we love y'all. We'll talk to y'all next time. Deuces.
Later.